week on Ask a Jack, we're coming out and asking you guys what you think a good teacher is. In our opinion, a good teacher is someone who really cares about the students and is continually learning with them while giving them the knowledge they need to grow. So what do you guys think about that?
I think a good teacher is somebody who knows how to communicate with their students and their issues and what they're going through, someone who's up to date and kind of current with events and technology, things like that.
Well, I think a good teacher understands how to have education be a dialogue between teacher and student, in which the teacher is also continuing to learn and where we don't have so much of a hierarchy. I like what Paulo Freire said in The Pedagogy of the Oppressed about teaching and popular education as an ongoing process of transformation for everyone who takes part in it.
I think as a good teacher is someone who puts the students before anything else and is willing to work with any student to kind of figure out what they need to get them to the next level. Like, it drives me nuts when teachers you have to do it the way they tell you to. I think a good teacher works around what you do best and helps you to get to where you need to be.
What makes a good teacher? In my opinion, someone who just put the student first and gives them feedback instead of just teach and then go about their day. So if a student has a question, they actually take out the time and answer instead of just rushing to get finished with the lesson.
Perfect.
A good teacher is someone who forms relationships with their students, helps them and cares about them as people, tries to work the room and every student in it so they understand them on a personal level and can help them better themselves upon graduation.
I would say a good teacher is somebody who cares about the subject that they're teaching, but more so cares about the students that they're teaching it to. Because if you don't care about the students and you don't care about the subject, they're not going to learn it. And having them care about you specifically is helpful in you learning the subject, because you know that they care and that they want you to succeed and they want you to know the information.
A good teacher and a good professor has always been very passionate about what they do, because that passion tends to extend to the students. And when you actually enjoy what you learn, it makes it a lot easier to retain things. But that being said, I also enjoy teachers who challenge the students, not unduly, not to the point where it's just impossible, but there's a certain professor in the criminal justice department where she kicks our butts, but she does it with good intentions. She knows what she's talking about and she doesn't water it down. And I appreciate that, because when we get through her class, we know we're ready for what's out there.
What makes a good professor is someone who actually takes the time to not just teach the material, but also explain it in a way that the students can understand it. There's more than one way to understand something, and so sometimes there's some students that have a hard time, either they have a disability or they just have a hard time learning the material, and the professors that actually take the time to explain something in a easier way for that student and goes one-on-one and beyond, so the student can actually comprehend and do well in the class. I believe that's a good professor, because you're taking your time and you're having patience to explain it to someone. In that, you're showing that you care about the student. You're showing that you're dedicated and you're passionate about what you're doing. But you're also, just showing different ways to learn